All right. So, we were on the topic of of
Grandfather.
your grandfather. So, what are some things that you remember about him?
Our grandfather,
Oh, sorry. Start that again. Go ahead.
our grandfather, Sayyid Muhammad Hussain, he was known as Hussiniya, a landlord, and uh, the village of Desna. You can consider him sort of a in charge of the affairs of the matter, and he at times he assumed the role of a leader. Particularly in 1946, 1 year prior to the division of India, there was a lot of violence and riots, which we call Hindu-Muslim riots. And of course, Muslims were in minority, and they had to protect them. And that was a time when my grandfather, he took the lead and he tried to fortify the village, and whatever ammunition they had for the purpose of hunting, but that was collected, distributed in such a way that if the village is attacked by a mob who is armed, then you are able to at least scare them away or make them believe that there will be a tough resistance, so they might spare the village. And it happened exactly that way. And that is why he was sometimes called Qaid-e-Azam of Desna, because he really helped the people out. I don't remember much of him because he died early when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old. He remained in India, but he did come to visit Pakistan for a short period of time, and then he went to perform Hajj and all that. Yeah, but he was a prominent person among the community.
Hmm.
Well, I remember very little because I think I was only 2 years old, so I have just one picture with him, and that's how I remember. But I remember my grandmother, who was, very quiet person, um, and I remember that she went for Hajj and then she died in Makkah, and she's
Yes.
buried there in that special graveyard that for those people that would die during the Hajj. So that's like a privileged place to be buried, and she's there. So I have a little about grandmother. From mother side, I remember the grandmother, my mother's mother, that who really, I mean, one of my favorite uh, person.
She was a very kind person,
Very kind
very
person.
loving.
Yes.
Yes, we were
And
pretty attached to her,
yes,
although we were in large numbers.
but she knew, I remember this, that she knew that when I'm hungry, and she would say, feed him and then he'll be okay. And that's I mean, and then, very, very nice, always cared about everyone. And she was very close to my mother. Therefore, I was close to her because she lived, like maybe half an hour away. And to, Tanveer's father, my mamu, house, that's where she lived. And my mother used to go on a bus, so she will just either take me or take me and my sister and go to visit by bus, because we didn't have car at that time. And even when we got the car, it was only one car or so many people, so once in a while, we'll go by car, but usually bus. So I was the companion for the bus to go with her, and then spend time. Of course, I had nothing to do with there, no kid. So, but still, I went and played with the bike that my uncle had, and that's it, you know, I mean, but she was really very nice grandma.
Mm.
Our mother was, she had 5 brothers. She was the only female child among them. And I have a good recollection of all my uncles, maternal uncles. They were fine gentlemen. They were also all educated, well placed in their professions, and each of them has a good number of children themselves. So we have a large group of cousins, and we all went to school together. Some of my class fellow cousins are here in USA, Shahid in Houston, and let us say Anwar Hussain. He was a year younger, but we were all in school. They all get good education, and many of them are here in US. They have done very well. Their children are now educated, and they are also doing well. So as I said, it is not only the Mohsin family, the nucleus one, but the maternal and paternal side, they all of them, they have received good education, they have been professional, they have been performing. And as you talked about Tanveer, our cousin from the youngest, Mamu, is in Australia, visiting Pakistan, visiting US, and is an engineer of excellence and is in high management. And they have all been doing well.
Mhm.
And we are well connected, whichever part of the world we are living.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else you want to cover?
Maybe now just we talk about Pakistani community here, children growing up here, what the future holds here, and what are the important factors that we should care about. You know, because here, you know, you have the language, the culture, the religion, right? These are the most important things. And the food, right? So 4 things,
Part of culture.
part of culture, yes.
Yeah, let's talk about. Well, I feel like some of that has already been covered. You know, the idea of the future, the family, and you know, we already covered all of that. But let's talk about the food. You know, growing up, you know, what was cooked, what you eat, how was food prepared. I think you mentioned that that in India they had ammunition for the animals, but.
Yeah.
But how did that work? Because the animals were shot.
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to be slaughtered.
No, after
No, no.
hunting you have to
After
slaughter.
hunting, before
It has
they
to be.
die, you have to slaughter.
Oh,
The
Because-
animals.
Because when you shoot, they don't die right away. So you
They
have
just fall
Oh.
down,
they just
and
fall
then
down.
you rush, and you have to. If you are not able to do it,
Yeah.
then you just leave that animal.
But that's
You
a very
don't
good
eat it.
question. Is it? Are you recording this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how you do. Even, you know, like